Wherever you are right now, I'm glad you found this moment. My name is Alexander, and I want to talk to the part of you that never stops thinking. You know that part, the one that won't be quiet when you try to sleep, the one that replays old conversations, rewrites what you should have said, and runs worst-case scenarios before you've even had breakfast. People call it overthinking. They say, you think too much, you need to stop, just relax. And you've probably tried. You've tried to distract yourself, to numb it, to drown it in scrolling, noise, work, anything. But the thoughts keep coming. So quietly, you start to believe there is something wrong with you, that your mind is broken, that if you were stronger, calmer, more normal, you wouldn't be like this. I want you to hear me clearly. There is nothing wrong with having a powerful mind. The problem is not that you think too much. The problem is that no one taught you how to give your thinking a direction. Take all the energy you spend overthinking at night. The constant, what if, what if, what if? The detailed scenarios, the mental movies, the way you can feel every possible future so intensely that your body reacts as if it is real. Now imagine that same intensity turned toward building something you actually want. What if the same brain that tortures you with fear could become the brain that designs your freedom? Most people are not overthinkers. They are under-directors. They have a powerful mental engine with no one in the driver's seat. You were never meant to turn your mind off. You were meant to learn how to aim it. Think about how overthinking works. Something small happens. A message is left unseen. A tone in someone's voice feels slightly off. A plan is uncertain, and your mind grabs it like a dog with a bone. It starts asking questions, but not the kind that bring peace. What if they're angry? What if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? What if this all falls apart? Notice something. Your mind is not lazy. It is working very hard. It is creative. It is visual. It can paint 10 different disasters in full color in under a minute. If you took that same creativity, that same level of detail, and aimed it at your goals, at your healing, at your future, who could you become? Right now, your overthinking is like a spotlight shining on everything that could go wrong. But a spotlight can move. The light is not the problem, the direction is. You've been told the solution is to think less, to empty your mind, to stop caring. That's why you feel stuck. You've been trying to kill the very power you were meant to train. So in this journey, I want to propose something different. What if overthinking is not a curse to be erased, but a raw force to be trained? What if your mind is not an enemy to silence, but a wild horse to learn to ride? Behind your spirals, there is a deep instinct trying to protect you. Your brain is scanning for danger, searching for patterns, trying to predict the future so you won't be hurt. That instinct is not evil, it is just untrained and overworked. You don't need to throw it away, you need to give it a job. Right now, your thoughts obsess over what if everything goes wrong. We are going to teach that same mind to ask, what if everything goes right, and what can I do to help that happen? Right now, your mind rewinds past mistakes on a loop. We are going to teach it to rewind them once, take the lesson, and move its focus to the next action. You don't have a broken brain. You have a powerful pattern-making machine that no one showed you how to use. But tonight, you don't need to master anything. I just want you to question one old belief. The belief that you must stop overthinking in order to be okay. Maybe you don't need to stop. Maybe you only need to direct. So the next time your mind starts spinning, don't rush to hate it. Don't say, here we go again, what's wrong with me? Instead, try a different question. What is all this energy trying to protect? And how can I use it to build something instead of break myself? You are not too much. You are not a mistake. You are a person with a strong mind who was never given a manual. This is the beginning of that manual. Stay with me. We're going to turn your overthinking into an ally. There is something important you need to understand about your overthinking. The problem is not that you think too much. The problem is how and where your thinking goes when it is left alone. Most of the time, your overthinking is like a child left in a dark room with a flashlight. It shines the light on every shadow that looks scary, every memory that hurts, every future that could go wrong. It does not know what else to do. No one ever taught it. In this part, I want to show you the difference between two very different kinds of thinking, the spiral and the weapon. The spiral is what you already know too well. It feels like this. One thought appears, usually about something small. Did I say something stupid? What if they don't like me? What if this falls apart? Instead of moving through that thought, your mind grabs it and starts spinning. It adds more and more what-ifs. It builds stories. It pulls in old memories to prove that the story is true. Your body starts to react. Your chest tightens, your stomach turns, your heart beats faster. Notice this. Nothing changed in the outside world. A message has not been answered. A future has not arrived. A disaster has not happened. But inside your mind, you have lived through 10 versions of it already. That is the spiral. It goes deeper and deeper into fear, but nowhere new. It feels like movement, but it is only motion. You end up exhausted, but nothing is actually solved. Now imagine that same mental energy, that same ability to see details, that same imagination, but aimed differently. Instead of spinning around, what if I fail? Your mind begins to ask, if this matters to me, what is one small step I can take tomorrow? Instead of replaying the same conversation 10 times, your mind says, what did I learn from that? And how can I speak more honestly next time? Instead of building the worst-case scenario in perfect detail, it builds the best case and then quietly looks for the first action that moves you one step closer to it. That is the weapon. The same mind, the same intensity, a completely different direction. So how do we start to move from one to the other? The first step is seeing what is happening while it is happening. Most of the time, you are so inside the spiral that you think this is just reality. You forget that what you are seeing is not reality, but your mind's version of reality. So the next time you catch yourself overthinking, try this simple shift. Instead of saying, I'm anxious, say, my mind is spiraling. It sounds small, but it creates a tiny bit of space. You are no longer inside the storm. You are the one noticing that there is a storm. From that space, you can begin to give your thinking a job. When it says, what if everything goes wrong? You answer, okay. If something goes wrong, what could I actually do? What would be my plan B? When it says, what if they hate me? You answer, if that's true, what does it show me about who belongs in my life and who doesn't? When it says, what if I fail? You answer, if I failed, what would I learn? And what small thing can I do now that makes success more likely? Do you feel the difference? The spiral wants you frozen, trapped in fear. The weapon wants you moving, even if the movement is small. Right now, you mostly type in fear-based questions. Why am I like this? What is wrong with me? Why does this always happen? And your brain, eager to please, finds you evidence to match. But you can begin to ask new questions. What is this feeling trying to protect? What can I learn from this? What is one small action I can take in the next 24 hours that would help? Your overthinking will not disappear overnight. That is not the goal. The goal is to slowly shift what your overthinking is working on. Right now, it is working on your self-doubt. We are going to teach it to work on your growth. So tonight, when your mind starts its usual late-night marathon, try something different. Take a piece of paper and write down the main thought that is spiraling. Don't write a whole story, just the core sentence. Then ask your mind 3 questions. Is this definitely true? What is this thought trying to protect me from? What is one thing I can actually do about it? You may not get perfect answers. That's okay. The point is not to solve everything in one night. The point is to send a new message to your brain. I'm not here just to suffer in these thoughts anymore. I am here to use them. This is the beginning of turning your overthinking into an asset. You don't need to kill the storm inside you. You need to learn how to sail in it, to pick a direction, to let the wind push you instead of destroy you. Your mind is loud because it cares. Now we are going to teach it to care in a way that actually serves you. There is a moment when your overthinking stops feeling like noise and starts feeling like fuel. To reach that moment, you don't escape your mind. You learn to lead it. Until now, your thoughts have chosen their own topics. They grab whatever hurts, whatever is uncertain, whatever feels unfinished. They chew on fear because no one ever sat them down and said, "Here, work on this instead." Imagine your mind as a very intelligent but anxious assistant. If you leave it alone with nothing clear to do, it panics and invents problems. But when you give it a clear task, a clear question, a clear outcome, it begins to calm down. It starts helping. This is how we begin turning overthinking into an asset, not by fighting it, but by giving it a job. Instead of letting your mind attack you all day with the same painful thought, you create a time and a place where that thought is allowed to exist, but under your direction. You take the spinning energy and pour it into a container. You choose one thing you've been spiraling about. Not 10. 1. The message that wasn't answered, the risk you're about to take, the conversation you're afraid to have. Now you do something different. You say, "Tonight, for 15 minutes, I will think about this on purpose. Until then, I let it go." When the time comes, you sit with a blank page. You write the core fear in one sentence, not a whole story, just the heart of it. Then instead of letting your overthinking drag you in circles, you turn it into questions that move forward. What am I actually afraid will happen? How likely is that, really? If it did happen, what could I do? The same brain that used to scream, "We're doomed," is now being asked, "Help me prepare." Fear becomes a map. Overthinking becomes a search for options instead of a tunnel with no exit. You won't get perfect answers. That's not the point. The point is that, for those minutes, your mind is working for you, not against you. And when the time is up, you close the page and whisper, "Enough for today. We worked on it." If you repeat this often, your mind begins to understand. There is a container for fear. It doesn't need to flood your whole life. The same is true for your goals. Right now, a lot of your mental energy is spent imagining everything that could go wrong. That same energy can imagine paths, strategies, small steps. The spiral can become a planner. Choose one goal that matters to you. Starting something, finishing something, changing a habit, healing a pattern. Sit with it the way you sit with your fears and ask your mind to overthink it in a different way. If this did work, how could it happen? What are 3 tiny steps I could take this week? What might get in my way, and how can I prepare now? Suddenly, the late-night brain that used to destroy your sleep is writing checklists, designing paths, testing possibilities. You are not trying to silence the intensity, you are giving it direction. There is another side of your overthinking, its power to imagine beauty. You already know how to build horror films in your head. Scene after scene, your body reacts as if it's real. So what happens if even for a few minutes you ask that same mind to build a different kind of movie? If my life didn't collapse but actually went right, what could that look like? Where do you wake up? Who do you spend time with? What kind of work are you doing? Let your overthinking go there. Write it, see it. The clearer a future becomes inside, the easier it is to recognize the choices and opportunities that belong to it outside. Then ask, what is one small thing my present self can start doing that belongs to that future? Not a huge leap, a small action, a message, a page, a walk, going to bed earlier, saying no once. These tiny actions are how you tell your brain, this vision is not just a dream, we are walking toward it. You may be thinking, I don't have the discipline for all this. But you already spend so much time thinking intensely. You are not adding work. You are redirecting work you are already doing. Your mind will still try to spiral. That's okay. The goal is not to become perfectly calm. The goal is to slowly teach your brain a new pattern. When we think like this, we act. When we think like this, we grow. Every time you notice yourself spiraling and gently say, not like this, let's save this for the page and turn it into questions, you are training your mind. Every time you sit down and let your thoughts run, but inside a clear frame, you are proving to yourself that your thinking can build instead of only break. This is the quiet beginning of overthinking as an asset. You stop trying to silence your mind with distractions. You begin to meet it with structure and direction. You move from being the victim of your thoughts to being their leader. Your mind has always been powerful. Now, slowly, it is learning what that power is for. There is a question hiding under all your overthinking. Who am I if my mind is always like this? After a while, you start to believe you are the spiral. I'm the anxious one. I'm the overthinker. I ruin everything in my own head. The pain is no longer just in the thoughts. It's in the way you see yourself. So now we go deeper. It's not enough to give your thoughts a job. You also have to change how you relate to the one who is thinking. Notice something simple. You can say, my mind is spiraling. If you can say that, there is a part of you that is not the spiral, a quiet witness, the one who sees. That witness is not broken. It is not anxious. It is not overthinking. It is like the sky behind the weather. Thoughts are clouds. Sometimes light, sometimes heavy, sometimes storm. But the sky is never destroyed by the storm. It holds it, then lets it pass. You've lived so long inside the clouds that you forgot the sky exists. So the next time your mind runs, try a tiny shift. Instead of fusing with every thought, just notice it for a moment, like a voice in a film. There is a thought that says, I'm going to fail. There is a thought that says they hate me. There is a thought that says, I'll never change. You don't have to argue. You don't have to prove it wrong. Just name it and remember, if you can see it, you are not it. This is the beginning of freedom, because once you're not completely fused with your thoughts, you can choose what to do with them. You can say, you're allowed to be here, but you don't get to drive. You can decide which thoughts become plans and which are just noise passing through. From here, overthinking becomes less of a prison and more of a signal. If your mind keeps returning to the same fear, maybe it's pointing at a boundary you haven't set. If it replays the same memory, maybe there is a wound asking to be seen. If it obsesses over a dream, maybe it's saying, "This matters, stop ignoring it." You don't have to obey every thought, but you can listen and then answer with action. There is another piece. Your mind lives inside a body. When you overthink, your body joins the storm. Your chest tightens, your breath gets shallow, your muscles tense. Your brain reads those signals as danger and spins harder. The loop continues. So part of transforming overthinking into an asset is involving your body. When the spiral starts, pause. Feel your feet on the ground. Take 3 slow breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth, longer on the exhale. You are telling your nervous system, in this moment, we are safe enough. The thoughts may still race, but the volume drops a little. In that softer space, it's easier to aim them. You can also change where you think. Your worst spirals often happen alone, in bed, in the dark, on your phone. That is a perfect setup for rumination. So create a new ritual. When something really needs thinking, you get out of bed, sit at a table, maybe light a candle, open a notebook. You tell your brain, this is where important thinking happens. Not in half-sleep doom scroll, here, awake, present. You are teaching your mind the difference between mindless spinning and conscious reflection. Over time, your identity begins to shift. You stop saying, "I am an overthinker," like a sentence. You start saying, "I have a strong mind and I'm learning how to lead it." You stop seeing your thoughts as proof that you're broken. You start seeing them as raw material you can shape. You will still have bad days. Days when the storm wins, nights when you forget everything and fall into old loops. That doesn't erase your progress. It means you're human. On those days, the most powerful thing you can do is refuse to attack yourself for it. Self-hate is the heaviest fuel you can pour on an already overloaded mind. It burns dirty. It creates more smoke than movement. You don't need more shame. You need more patience. So when you catch yourself thinking, "I messed up again, I'll never change," try answering, "Yes, I spiraled, and I am still learning, and tomorrow I get another chance to aim this mind differently." This is not weakness. This is deep discipline, staying kind to yourself while you change. Your overthinking was never the enemy. It was an untrained ally, working overtime with no guidance. As you step back into the role of witness and leader of your own thoughts, that ally starts to calm down. It starts to trust you. And slowly, the voice in your head that only predicted disaster begins to whisper something new. What if, this time, it actually works? What if I am more capable than I believed? What if this mind was always meant to build, not break? Your mind is probably never going to be quiet. It will always notice details. It will always jump ahead. It will always replay things more than other people do. The goal was never to turn you into someone else. The goal is to live a different life with the same mind. You've seen what your overthinking can do to you when it's wild and afraid. Now I want you to imagine what it can do for you when it's trained and guided. Imagine the same brain you have today. 6 months from now, it still thinks a lot. It still feels deeply. But instead of automatically building disaster, it pauses more often. It asks better questions. It moves faster toward action. It doesn't bully you as much. And when it does, you know how to meet it. This version of you doesn't wake up and instantly drown in noise. Before you touch your phone, you give yourself one simple moment, one breath, one question. What do I want my mind to work on for me today? Not who is upset with me, not what's wrong with me, but what matters most today. What do I want to build, learn, or heal? You can't control every thought that comes after, but you've set a direction. You've told your powerful mind, this is today's project. This is where we're going. During the day, the old spiral still tries to appear. A delayed reply, a strange look, a moment of uncertainty. You feel the familiar tension in your body, the tight chest, the racing thoughts. And instead of letting it take over, you quietly say to yourself, I see this, not now. I'll think about it later when I sit down to write. You're not pretending the fear doesn't exist. You're choosing when and where you will meet it. Later, when you have space, you sit with a notebook, maybe a candle, maybe just silence. You let the thoughts come, but now they have a container. You put the spiral on paper and guide it with questions. What am I actually afraid of? What might this be trying to protect? What can I realistically do about it? Your mind is still intense, but it is no longer lawless. There is structure, there is leadership, there is you. You also begin using your overthinking for your future. At least sometimes you sit down and ask, if things didn't fall apart, if they actually went right, what could my life look like? And you let your mind do what it loves. Details. Where do you wake up? What kind of work are you doing? How do your relationships feel? What does your body feel like in that life? You're not using this as an escape, but as a direction. A clear inner image that your actions can line up with. Then you ask, what is one small thing I can do in the next 24 hours that belongs to that future? Not 10 things. 1. Send a message. Learn something. Move your body. Say no once. Go to bed earlier. Tiny, almost boring actions. But each one tells your brain, this is not just a daydream, we are walking toward it. This is what it means to live differently with the same mind. So here is a simple ritual you can begin, starting as soon as tomorrow. In the morning, ask, what do I want my mind to work on for me today? Write down one problem to explore or one goal to support. You are giving your overthinking a direction. During the day, when you feel the spiral start, say, my mind is spiraling, I'll save this for later. You're not running away from it. You're choosing to face it when you're calm, with a pen, not in the middle of everything. In the evening, take 10 minutes with a page and ask, what did my mind obsess over today? How can I turn even a piece of that into a plan, a lesson, or a possibility? Sometimes you'll turn fear into a small action. Sometimes you'll turn regret into a lesson. Sometimes you'll simply see, this thought isn't worth my energy anymore. None of this needs to be perfect. You will forget. You will have days when you spiral, react, scroll, and only remember your tools afterwards. Those days do not erase your progress. What matters is that more and more, you know how to come back to the witness who can see the thoughts, back to the breath that calms the body, back to the page where you give your mind a job, back to the version of you who leads this powerful mind instead of hiding from it. One day, you will catch yourself in the middle of a thought and realize, in the past, this would have destroyed me. Today, I turned it into a plan. That is the moment you will see the truth. You were never cursed for thinking too much. You were simply waiting to remember how powerful it can be when it is aimed in the right direction. Your mind is not your enemy. It is the sharpest tool you own. And you are exactly on time to learn how to use it.